Good morning and welcome to Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens, where we explore the behaviors of organizations that actually define them in the marketplace and within their four walls, within their own institution. Basically, how people behave and how they react and respond to different situations, how they go about even carrying out the daily duties, actually define how people see you and how people will respond to you, or if they will even respond to you. And that's the key. We want to make sure that we all, and I mean all, from the youngest to the oldest, from the greatest to those who are scaling the ladder of success, from everyone is speaking the same language, doing the same thing in their own authentic way, but it's evident of the type of culture. So the culture is king, and that's what we'd explore here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are just scrolling by and you see my face on your page, I am Yvette C. Owens. I'm the creator of this podcast. I'm also the creator of Conquering Corporate Enemies, Mind, Personalities, Situations, as well as No Bosses Allowed, Lead to Serve and Transform. And today we're talking about love at work. Love at work? What is that about? I remember my late ex husband said to me when we were first married, he would often say, "It's not what you say, Yvette, it's how you say it." And then as I'm starting my career, I had one of my first leaders say to me, "You think through the process so far deeply, and then you come in and you don't give others the space to work through the same process because you're coming in with the answers. You've already gone through the process of thinking of the pros and the cons and the risks that are potential, how you would overcome those risks, but yet everybody that you need to bring along with you have not gone through that process. And guess what? They need to go through the same process. Everyone needs to go through it. So how do you balance that as a leader, um, when it's not what you're saying, but it's how you're saying, or it's even how you're pushing people through a thought process, through the think tank of how they're going to get to the end state, or what's even possible that they want to try when you've already gone through it. I count that as a cause or a ramification, if you will, of the fact that I am an achiever. I'm a driver. If you take all those assessment tests and behavioral tests, that's how people see me. That's how I come out, as a driver and an achiever. But I've learned to taper that because I am not, while I could get things done, there could have been dead bodies left in the road. Um, there could have been people who just are doing and have no clue what we're doing, but they're just coming along because Yvette's pushing along. So, what does that have to do with love in the workplace? It's not about a relationship. It's not about that, sexual or life partner relationship. It's about how we treat each other and how we bring each other along as a part of our partnership. Welcome to those who are joining. Please share this. You can find this on my Facebook page at Yvette C. Owens, or Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens, or on my YouTube page at Yvette C. Owens. Please subscribe to that channel. I am looking to build up my channel. So again, we're talking about love in the workplace, at work. What are you talking about? I know that people have met their lifelong mates there. I know people have been able to learn around relationships by getting into relationships with people at work. But how does a daily dose of love at the workplace help? And I want to explore this further with you today. And if you are finding that this is intriguing you and you really need to be able, you've had people say to you too, you know what, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not about the fact that we know that you're going to execute and we know you're going to get it done, but it's how you're getting it done and how the rest of the world is feeling once it's done. if that's you and you've been in that space, or you are in that space where I've been in, stick with me, because at the end, I'm going to share with you how we can work together to move this forward and get you into a healthier place of still being your authentic self, but balancing it with your competencies. So we talk about skill set. Yes, I'm an executor. Yes, I drive. Yes, I can um, draw questions and draw thoughts out of people. Yes, I can help people think through a process and go through develop workflows and understand current state analysis. You might be a great mathematician, you might be a great historian, you might be a great chef and the greatest cook, and you might be a great accountant. But if you're looking for people to come to you for your meals that you prepare, or your accounting or your CPA skills, and you are pushing them away with how you're doing it, then that's a problem. If you're not making the traction because it's how you're doing, not that you're not good at what you're doing, but how has to be key. So that's what we're talking about today. Love at work? Absolutely. How you do something is equally critical to what you do, if not more. When we talk about establishing and understanding the behaviors in the workplace, at work, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's how we go about daily encountering with everyone. How do we communicate with people? When I go on a team, I go on a team, and because I've learned this balance, now I'm able to go in and make everyone understand and feel comfortable that their voice counts. Because if you're on this team and you've been selected, or you joined this team because you bring a certain skill. So remember, it's a balance in your competency, how you do things, and your skills, your capabilities. And so when I encounter that team and I'm building up a high performing team, I talk to them about, you're at this table, you're on this team because you bring a skill set, and I absolutely expect that your voice will be heard. We're going to listen to your recommendations, we're going to listen to your warnings when you see something down the road that we don't see, and you're going to see it because you bring that skill set. That's creating a space where people know that they belong, they're feeling belonging. That's creating a space where people can be fully engaged, and therefore they're feeling the love. That's what I'm talking about. Are they feeling the love? So, what does that look like when we talk about my competency need to be balanced with my capabilities? It means you're exercising patience. And again, for me, that was something that I had to learn. S- Slow your roll, Yvette. And some of that comes out of, because we grow up in a space that we feel, I have to prove myself, I have to make my mark. And so you're just pushing and you're fighting, and you want to make you done your best. And those team projects might have not been the best one that you liked, because somebody could bring you down, and it was rated on the whole team's performance and not just your team. But you know what, you can go quick alone, or you can go farther with many with you. And I've learned that it's better to go farther, and it goes deeper when I go with people. So that means, what does love have to do with it? Love is patient. We're patient with one another. We can take a breather. We don't have to move at this quick pace all the time. We can give people opportunities and the room to share their thoughts, to explore concepts, to explore um, questions that's rising in their head because of their expertise. Let them work through it, let them work it out, so that it brings greater results to the entire team. So love is patient, love is kind, love is not boastful. So remember, I said it's not about you making your mark. It's about, how is the organization going to grow and be better because you come together and you've given people the opportunity to join and come alongside you and fulfill that vision. Love is not boastful. So it's not about me, 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 and look what I did, or I did my part. I don't know about them, but I did my part. Well, what about if they didn't do their part and your depart depends on them, the more and more you work with people and the more and more you do things in the workplace, you realize it cannot ever be just about you unless you are a sole proprietary, which means if you, like my dad, he owned a music studio, and even that, he depended on my mom a lot. And the rest of us that come along and help him, especially when he did the recitals and things like that. But the thought is this: if you are in my dad's situation, he owned his own music studio. So if he didn't show up for the lessons, if he didn't share his knowledge with his students, then it just wasn't going to get done. But most of us are in organizations where I have a piece of the bigger pie. And so I can no longer think that I can just do what I'm doing and no, and I don't have to worry about anybody else. No, that is not correct. And so you cannot be boastful. You have to be able to be a great team player. Even if you are an individual contributor, there's someone else whose piece is going to be impacted by your piece, or you need have a dependency on theirs. So love is kind, love is patient, it's not boastful, it's not jealous. So understand that we're all here and we're all in this space. And yes, I get it that there's rank and ratings, but at the end of the day, your character is what is most important. Yes, we need to get paid. I am not discounting that. Yes, you need your salary. Yes, you need promotions and bonuses. Never sacrifice that for your character and for your worth and your value proposition and your passion. Never, never sacrifice that. And sometimes you'll find that I'm not going to take this position because it is against my value system. I mean, I'm going to have to give up something there. Love is never proud, it's never rude. And again, if you are one that's going to just push through and make people come alongside you to get things done, more than likely you're being very prideful. More than likely, if somebody's saying, been put off by something that you said, that you've probably been rude somewhere. That's why, yes, love needs to be in the workplace. Love needs to be in the workplace. And it's not irritable. It doesn't demand. So we've all had that leader like, get it done, get it done, get it done. No celebration of things, achievements, no celebration of effort. Or how about this? This could be really rare. No celebration of stopping an effort before we waste a whole lot of money and a whole lot of time for something that's going to fail. That takes maturity in an organization to be able to get to a place where you allow people to bring up the risk and the warning signs long enough and loud enough, and as soon as they recognize it, so that you all are able to pivot and say, we're either going to stop this because we have enough evidence that it's not going to produce the results that we want, and we're just going to waste a lot of effort, money, and time. Or you're going to stop the direction and take a block of time to pivot so that you can determine how do we move from here. We might need to continue and it might be still salvageable, but it's not the direction that we were going. We need to shift. That takes maturity and a leader to be able to allow people to do that. And that's love. That's love. That's what love is. It does not demand, and it gives people the space to shift. It's not irritable. Oh my God. Have you I'm gonna be honest. I used to be at that point where it's like, don't talk to me before 9. I just need a moment. I need to get up. And thank God I've been delivered from that. I can get up pleasant because I'm getting my proper rest. I'm in a space where I know that I am to bring great results and great impact, and it's a part of my purpose and the plan for me. And so I'm not irritable. Let's not be irritable. Love is not irritable. It keeps no record of wrong. If you've never ever made a mistake, raise your hand. If you've never ever made a mistake, raise your hand. Okay. I raised my hand only because I was giving you instruction. I've made a mistake. You've made a mistake. Let's stop keeping records of wrong. Let's stop keeping, and I'm talking to you, even the individual contributor. Stop holding yourself hostage to your own mistakes. More than likely, the people around you forgot. And if they didn't, they'll never forget if you don't forget and you don't move beyond that. People will hold you in that place. Oh, remember she did that. Oh, remember, you don't give him that because remember the last time you gave him that. Let yourself be free. Free yourself from your mistakes. Don't hold on to those wrongs. And love never, ever, ever gives up. It never loses faith. It always is hopeful and it endures every circumstance and situation. So, what does this have to do with in the workplace? What does love, how do you show up with love in the workplace? You make sure you're being patient, you're being kind, you're not being jealous, you're not being boastful. You're not keeping records of your wrongdoings and the records. It's past us. Let's move on. You might have heard about the example of the gentleman at 3M tape where he made this multi-million dollar mistake. He went back to his desk, started packing up, and then his boss came in, his leader came in and said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I know I made this mistake. I know I'm going to get fired, leave." He said, "No, you just spent some money for the company. So you just took an investment for the company. So you're going to stay here because we're going to work through this together." Right? You don't let, because he has now lessons learned because of that. Far be it, not trying to diminish it, huge mistake, but that's their lessons. Just as equal are the millions of dollars that he lost, are the millions of lessons that he's learning and can now bring to an entire organization so they never fall trap to that again. I encourage you, let's keep love in the workspace. I encourage you and challenge you to bring love back into the workplace. And if you and your team, or if you as an individual would like coaching on how you can manage and navigate your own career and your skills and balancing your skills with your competencies, and you want some help there, connect with me, again at the diplomatchronicles.com, which is my website. You can connect with me there and we can get going on how to make sure that you're on the right achievement track, you're on the right move, you're making the right momentum, and you're not killing people in the process. You're not leaving dead bodies in the process. You're not really hurting yourself and shortening your career because you execute and because your skills are awesome. You will only get so far because they'll say, okay, now we're in this sensitive space where we need both a balance of skill and competency. We need to know, we need a balance of what you do with how you do it. They won't let you go to that next level. And if you are a leader, you're welcome, Kim. Thank you so much. Please keep sharing. If you are a leader and you are having a team and you're trying to get more engagement, you're trying to get them moving, you're trying to have them relate to you, guess what? They might not be connecting with you. And why? Because it's probably has something to do with your how. Love has absolutely needs to come back into the workplace. Be patient, be kind, not jealous. Be not be Don't be boastful, don't be proud, don't be rude, don't be demanding. Stop being irritable. Stop keeping record of wrongdoings. Never, never, ever give up. Don't lose your faith. Be hopeful and endure through every situation. And if you approach every assignment that way, whether you are on a team, whether you're navigating your own success, or whether you're leading an entire organization, I can guarantee that you're going to see a acceleration of results and a greater impact in your space. Share this, share this. Again, connect with me at thediplomatchronicles.com. I should have had my information flowing on the screen. I think that's it. Yeah, there it is at thediplomatchronicles.com so that we can connect and get you on the right track. It's my pleasure to make sure that I help others overcome what I had to overcome years. And as I said in the beginning, it impacts every type of relationship. My in my former marriage, that's what my husband used to say. It's not how you say it, it's not what you say, Yvette, but it's how. And then I in my early in my career, it was that leader who said, it's not where you're taking us, it's how you're getting us there. If that's you and you know that you're in that space, let's connect. Let's work together because there is a way out and there's a way to better, and people are waiting for you. They love what you do. They're having a hard time with how you do it. Have a great day, an amazing week, and a great, great weekend, tremendous weekend, fantastic weekend. Until next time, remember it takes all of us to create a great culture where everyone can thrive and grow and be our authentic best. Until next time, be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.